All right, everybody, this is going to be my very first attempt at doing a climbing shoe review. Now, my goal is going to be that every single review gets a little bit better. My video quality gets better, my content gets better, and maybe all of your feedback can give me a little bit of help with that. So I'm going to start my very first review with the shoe that I've been working with for about, ballpark 4 to 5 months now. This is the new Evolv Shaman lace-up. This is the high volume. Of course, it comes in low as well. And these are also coming in Velcro as well as laces. And there are some slight differences between the two as well. And I'll get back into that in just a minute. But what these are going to be doing is actually taking over for the Oracle, one of my all-time favorite shoes. It's going to be kind of a bit of a bummer to see it go, but I will say this has been nothing but phenomenal for me. So I think what I'll do is I'll probably kind of start from the back and work my way more towards the front here. So like I said, I've been wearing these for, like I said, I think like 3 to 4, maybe even 5 months now. And I've been stoked for these ever since the moment I put them on. I tried to break them in the gym. Shouldn't say I tried, I literally just wore them once. And then from then on, I was outdoors sending all my projects and everything you could imagine these things. Everything you can imagine, not that strong. But anyways, love them. Can't say enough about them, but I'm going to kind of start with a little bit more like the tech specs about them. And then, like I said, hopefully you guys can kind of give me some feedback and things like that you would like to hear, or maybe shoes you would like to see me review. I have quite a handful myself, so I was going to kind of work with what I got so far. Like I got a pair of the soft Evolv Zeniths. That's going to be my indoor shoe. I've been wearing them for about a month now, so I think that'll be my next one. So anyways, let's get to it. So Evolv, the rubber they use is their Trax SAS, which is going to be their very sticky rubber. And I will say, out of the box, Evolv for me feels like one of the stickiest rubbers out there. I know a lot of people, they go with one rubber or the other, right? But anyways, Trax rubber is phenomenal. I started with Evolv climbing shoes when I first started. The Nexo being probably like my favorite shoe of all time. And then pretty much every brand with multiple models in between. But like I said, out of the box, phenomenally sticky. And Evolv, maybe correct me on this, but unfortunately these are a little worn. But when you get a brand new pair of Evolvs, you always notice there's a transition of texture in the rubber here. And if I'm not mistaken, what they do is they take a quick machine grind to get that first bit of film off of the toe, which you'll notice with most shoes, initially when you first wear them, it takes a minute for them to kind of feel sticky. And that's because that first bit of film is still getting worn off. So a lot of people use different tricks, like whether they kind of hit it with some like sandpaper or whatever. But these guys, I'm telling you, out of the box, phenomenally sticky. So anyways, back to the heel. I know I'm kind of jumping all over the place, but this is going to be the dark spin heel. This is actually the exact same heel ring that they're going to be using on the Phantoms as well. Goal is to eventually break in a pair of those as well. Not sure when I'll be doing that, but of course I can always do a review on that if everybody really wants it. So anyways, I always had an issue with heels not fitting great, right? And that's because I have a thin, narrow heel. And from my experience, I have learned that Evolv does fit narrow heels the best so far. Balturo does a really great job as well. Batora, my bad. Thinking backpacking here. But anyways, heel fits super well. I've never had any issue with it slipping or feeling like it's pulling or anything like that in a weird way, but it is very stiff. So being able to actually dig this into like whether it be small holds or around arrests or anything like that, literally like second to freaking none. Great quality. It's a little bit stiffer and a little bit thicker than what I had here with the Oracles, if I'm not mistaken. Either way, like Oracle's still one of my favorites. This is kind of taken over. So anyways, once again, back to it. Split midsole. It's still going to be somewhat of a stiff shoe. And this thing's edging capabilities is absolutely freaking phenomenal. So I spend most of my time climbing in Tahoe and the greater Tahoe area. where granite is pretty much all there is. So I'm very partial to granite, and being able to edge on those small crystals in these things has been a dream. So back to it. Another really great design that you're going to get in most, no, I don't want to say most, but a lot of the Evolv shoes is what is called the love bump. So it's somewhat of a concave inside of the toe here. And what that does is it kind of puts your feet into a knuckle already. So it kind of eliminates a lot of that dead space when you're downsizing and getting that real crimp in your toes. And then what they also have is a nice knuckle box on the top, which they do in both. And you'll notice that it's a nice high volume here. And the idea behind that is obviously to have your knuckle here shooting your toes downward. So when you have the love bump as well as the knuckle box, it's a real nice hug around your toes when you downsize nice, all right? And what they also do is what they call VTR, which is a variable thickness rand, okay? And what that is there's variable thicknesses throughout the entire shoe. So this top piece right here is incredibly soft, and that's so that when you are toning down really hard, that you have a little bit of give up here so that it's not like crushing your toes, which is something that I did experience with the Agros a long time ago. That was like the second shoe I ever got from Evolv, and those ones ate my toes up. Maybe I downsized them too much, but it is the same size I'm wearing these ones, so I don't know. Anyways, but like I said, softer rubber here, but as you get down, it gets thicker and thicker. So what's nice is having that thickness right here. That's going to add a lot of the longevity to these shoes. Like I said, I've been wearing these for a while, and I wear these primarily. I think these are literally the only shoes I've worn outdoors, at least for the last like however many months. I've already mentioned like 6 times. But you can see the edge is held up super nice. So that's great because I'm still edging just as great as I was right when I first got them. But yeah, having that extra bit of rubber right here and adding that longevity, especially when like you're still somewhat of an intermediate, or even, I don't know, even some of the best climbers in the world still don't have like the best footwork in the world. But anyways, that's why we typically blow holes here, by the way. It's just because when you don't have like phenomenal footwork, you don't have phenomenal precision, oftentimes what we're doing is kind of hitting the wall, grinding our toe down till we get it onto the actual foothold itself. And that's why we're always blowing holes here, primarily, or I guess what we'd really look for is holes here, because that just shows that you're putting your toe where it's supposed to be. But yeah, anyways, so back to it, I pretty much hit all of the main parts on this shoe here. And I'll say, like right out of the box, another thing, not only about the stickiness, but with that love bump and with that knuckle box, Evolv is legit most comfortable shoe out of the box that I've ever worn. And that's with downsizing as well. So I guess I'll talk about fit a little bit as well. So if you've never worn Evolv, this is going to be one of the few shoes you don't actually like downsize a lot, right? So when I would wear La Sportiva, I'd be downsizing ballpark 2 full sizes, Scarpa a size and a half, Tenaya I go down 2 sizes, 2.5 sizes, but Evolv I wear street shoe size or a half size up. So this is street shoe size, and this is like, for me at least, highly performative. Very downsize, I need to take them on and off often. The Oracles I had a half size bigger, definitely more comfortable, but I still felt like I got good performance out of them. But after they were broken in, like my knuckle wasn't where it's supposed to be. I had a little bit extra bag up in here. So yeah, like I said, it's hard to size anybody for aggressive shoes. I sell climbing shoes, by the way. But anyways, sizing aggressive shoes is hard because everybody sizes aggressive shoes differently. So just because that's what I say doesn't necessarily mean that's the way you're going to wear them. You might find that to be painful as much as I downsize them, or you might find them not downsized enough. I have friends with bigger feet than I do that size their shoes down smaller than I do. So in the end, the way you're going to size an aggressive shoe is very much up to you. But yeah, like I said, I couldn't say enough about these and how much I like them. I don't have much bad to say about them either. They're not super soft, so of course, they're not designed specifically to be like a highly performative shoe indoors. That's what the Zenith comes in, so if you want to be standing on volumes and different things as such, a softer shoe would definitely be a better option for you. And if that is a shoe you'd like to see me review, by all means, add that in the comments. Share this if you will, because I'm definitely going to try to build this this channel, because honestly I have a big passion for climbing shoes, oddly enough, and an even bigger passion for climbing. So if this starts to take off, I don't know, I'll be pretty excited. So anyways, yeah, Lace Up Shaman, big difference between these and the Velcro. Velcro, if I'm not mistaken, is slightly softer, so it will do a little bit better as an indoor shoe. And I think it does come a little bit more narrow. So these shoes, obviously being lace up, gives you a little bit more flexibility if you have a wider or more narrow foot. But Evolv definitely isn't like the most high volume shoe out there. So if you do have a super wide toe box, there's other options out there. And if you do have any questions about how you're gonna fit a shoe that for like your foot, I know an interesting amount about shoes and what kind of shoes fit what kind of feet, because I do deal with it in my everyday job very consistently. So yeah, that was it. I'm pretty stoked about, I guess, finishing that one. So if you, like I said, if you have any questions or comments or any suggestions that could make this better for me, please throw it all in the comments, and I'd love to hear it. Thank you guys.